Okay, we're recording here. Then I'm gonna start the live video over here. Okay, go live. Hello. I'm gonna give this a minute to make sure I'm casting because it takes a minute to start up. I think we're good. All right. Live here, recording here. This should be fun. All right, so if you pop on live and you want to join me live, comment below, say hello, ask me what I'm doing. Why aren't you out enjoying the beautiful weather? I'm hoping my little one is napping, so we'll go outside later once he wakes up. So, get a drink. I'm running a little late today. You know what else is news? And today we're going to be prepping four meals for the freezer. Here we go. So 4 meals. We got meatloaf, crispy lettuce wraps, potato soup, and I always forget the other one. Potato soup. Oh, chicken fajitas. I don't know why I keep. All right, 2 of these are gonna be super duper quick, like ridiculous. So we're gonna start off with our meatloaf, and let's just say hello. So I'm Katie Tinker. I am an independent consultant with Epicure about 2 months now, and I'm just loving the food and having a good time. And I know a lot of people struggle with meal planning, so I thought doing a workshop would be really helpful for people. Now, typically, we did a larger one where they did like 10 meals, and those recipes just seemed really so I searched for some super quick chili too, but I forgot I'm out of the chocolate. So we're going to do the 4 today. Quite a help. So we're going to start with our meatloaf seasoning. And super easy. If you want to do this, let me know and I can give you all the instructions. And here's a little tip. When you're doing, trying to fill a Ziploc bag, like bag holders, the top back, it actually will stay open a lot easier for you. So directions are right on here, excuse me. And a combined seasoning, all right in here. The dirtier the better. Okay, spoons, water blended. All right. Turkey. We don't eat a lot. Someone's blinging. Woohoo! Did it. All right, so we got our seasoning. And here is our 2 tablespoons water. All measured out. I prepped a little bit ahead of time, sorry. My 1 egg. And seriously, I'm just going to mix this up. Then the directions package actually say to use the rectangular steamer. Not yet, because I literally just got my rectangular steamer. So I'm really curious. So I think the first time I made the meatloaf, I did it as, what do you call it? Mini muffins. Like I actually made them. I remember it all. I'm going to grab a spoon here to help this along. My oldest was little. I did them almost like cupcakes. So I cooked the meatloaf, cooked them individually. So that was really cute, and he really seemed to enjoy that. All right, next up in here. So the next thing we're gonna work. Oh, so yeah, rectangular steamer. Yes, I'm recording and I'm live, so you're not gonna like this because I'm working with raw meats. Yeah.
I just want a snack.
You want a snack? So that looks pretty good.
You're live?
I'm live here and I'm recording here. This way I can upload it to YouTube. So there we go, a few minutes. Meatloaf's ready to roll. And when you're ready to prep it, you can take it out, put it in a rectangular steamer for the microwave, or in a meatloaf pan to oven. Or the rectangular steamer for the oven too. Blueberry. All right, next up is our crispy lettuce wraps. Here's our bag. All right, and this one. What are you getting over there, darling? We're gonna have lunch. What are you eating for lunch? Eat a bagel. She's gonna eat a bagel for lunch. All right, so this one combines pork, tablespoon water, teaspoon sesame oil, soy sauce. All right, so we're gonna do. Here's our water. I'll put these in first. Sesame oil. Soy sauce. Seasoning. I'm gonna mix this up first this time. The other way didn't work so well. All right, that goes in there. Slice this open. You know how long it took me to find ground pork in the grocery store? I couldn't find it. This is like the meatloaf, like the meatloaf, put the meat in the loaf, and you got the meaty loafy. There we go. Try not to get my hands. That's less time I have to walk away. Alright. Gonna mix this. And then I'll say time saver is if you can find pre-cut veggies for these meals. And originally I did have a package of like fajita. It's called like a fajita mix. It had like peppers and onions. I thought that was, oh, this will save me. I don't have to cut everything up. It was like $6-7. I went to the freezer section. They have a bag, frozen bag of onions and peppers. I'm like, yoink. It's already going in the freezer. I'm just gonna put this whole thing in here. And maybe if I'm feeling adventurous, well, fine when I actually make it, I might add more peppers. Oh, no peppers. Yes, ma'am. Alright, give me 1 second. Alright, and meal number 2, done. And then this one, I'm just going to freeze it. And when you're ready to cook, you just throw it in a pan to heat it up. And put it in with your lettuce. And I'll be right there. Give me 1 second. Alright, meal number 2. What are you trying to do? Cook it up?
Yeah, I'm trying to cook it. Okay. I'm making one big for you.
Thank you, so thoughtful. Why don't you put your teddy blanket over there so it's not where you're cooking food. Alrighty. Alright, next up is stuff that's going to take a little bit more prep. Next up, let's do the potato soup. We'll do the chicken potatoes layer. Since that, it's going to be raw chicken on the thing, and I don't want to deal with that. Okay, there's the list. Okay, so potato soup. We're going to use 4 cups of broth. You can use the nourished broth. I only have our vegetable broth, so I'm going to use that. I have 4 cups of water here. And it's 1.5 teaspoons to 1 cup of boiling water. All right.
Do you need blueberries?
Madison. All right, so 4, 5, 6. All right, so I'm going to use 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. 1, 2. And I'm using our 4-in-1 spice spoon. Awesome. You saw how nicely it fit into that jar to get the seasoning out. I'm just gonna... Alright, Madison, honey, can you go over on the other counter? I need the room. I can't have your blueberries. Madison, can you go on the counter, please? Over there with that. Alright, where's my bag? Alright, here's your bag for our potato soup. So have you see your replay? Of course, I'm doing this at lunchtime. Lunch will be ready in a little bit, okay? Go. If I cut my, because you're fussing.
Don't say that.
Yeah, well, don't get so. Do something. Alright, so you probably could cut ahead of time. I have seen recipes that actually call for like the bags of like the hash browns. So that already be like pre-cut potatoes. Alright, I did these ahead of time, so they're already cleaned up. Working with kids at home. It's a wonderful thing. Just to all be so close to. So if you're seeing this, comment below. Do you have kids at home? Do you find that makes it difficult to meal prep? Or come on, embrace your Irish roots. Go. Just gonna chop up. I have 3 medium potatoes. I throw them in my bag. Remember, fold the rim down so it's easier. It stays open nicely. So if you want the recipe, the instructions, so you have it all ready to go. So this, what I say, I'm using, recipe calls for nourished broth. I have her, and then this also calls for an onion dip. So I have our 3 onion dip mix. It's not too salty. Really nice vegetable dip. You can add it wherever you would add onions, potatoes. I'm going to add in some ham to give it a little extra flavor. Okay, in here. I'm going to put the blueberries over here. This isn't really cooked yet. Oh, you know what? Because it's not on the right setting. It wasn't on toast. Henry sits here. Alright. Henry sits there now. Alright, so I'm going to chop up some lovely soup here. Blueberries for days. So I'm going to freeze some of them. They were like buy one get, blueberries were like buy one get one free. Or I can make blueberry muffins or anything else.
I like banana chocolate chip.
I know, yeah, I'm going to have to make some banana chocolate chip muffins too because, I don't know, to give Nathan for a snack for school. He doesn't like to eat anything anymore. Some picky eaters. So if you have picky eaters, I definitely am. what you're going through. That's my picky eater number 1 back there, having a bagel. Maddie, please be careful. I'm cutting ham. I know, because that would not go well for anyone, especially me. All right, so and then when we're ready to cook this, the potato, 2 cups of milk that we'll add in at cook time. So we pretty much almost always have milk, so I'm not too worried about that one. Now once this is ready to cook, you just throw it in a pot, let it boil, kind of mash the potatoes a little bit. Yes, Madison. Mashed potatoes and you're good to. You can add whatever toppings you want. Like I put ham in here already. Yes, dear.
The bagels are done.
Did they ding?
Yes. They dinged.
Alright, they're a little warm. Okay. Put these out. There you go. Butter. There you go. Alrighty, excuse my back for a moment. Alright, let's put in our recipe called for the French onion seasoning, which is actually a seasonal option. So I'm going to use the 3 onion dips.
So soft.
Yeah, because the butter's been sitting. So whenever I think of potato soup, I always think back to an old restaurant called Bennigan's. I love Bennigan's. Alright, so we got 1 tablespoon of the onion mix. Their soup was so creamy and had the bacon and the cheese. So I'm sure when I go to make this, I will be putting some cheese, if not in it, at least on top. Let's see if I can get this in here without spilling it. What do you think? You think I'm going to spill? I don't know. So far, so good. Oh, this should be an interesting one to freeze. Oh, I still got some. This is from the broth, the bottom. This one might be good for those little bag stands. Bam! There we go. Probably double bag because, yeah, we don't want this spilling or leaking in the freezer. But we are good. Making sure it's closed well. We're going to test that out. Alright. We'll see how that goes. Alright, I think we're good. The last up is our chicken fajitas. Potatoes over here. Here's our bag. And again, these were like $1 something a piece. So I got 2 of them. Let's see. So for the fajitas, I think you're supposed to use like peppers are in here. It says there's yellow peppers. And they're so colorful. And they're pretty. They're nice, are usually frozen at the peak freshness, so I don't have to worry about things going bad. Or things, I guess, not being right. There's different style bags, they're a little different here, but... Alright, chiquititas, or fajita, as my husband would say. We're going to use 2 spoons of oil, and then 3 tablespoons of the fajita seasoning. Oh, I did do that. Alright, it just stepped raw, so we're good. Alrighty. 3 tablespoons. Ooh. No, I think I might just do 2. Because I do find the seasonings are very potent. And sometimes a bit too much. Well, a little spicier than we like things. So, and then when ready to prep, or cook, I should say, we're prepping now. Cook the fajitas. You can either cook them in the oven on a sheet liner. That's a nice, easy way to prep stuff. Cook stuff in the oven. It's like a 1 pan. Yes, honey?
I'm not going to put butter on yours because I don't know what you want on your bagel.
Thank you, honey. So I'm going to mix this stuff together in a bowl, but we're going to try and avoid dirtying whatever we have to. Alright. Leave that there. I have my chicken breasts, so I'm going to cut this up. Good. 17 minutes. Hey, 17 minutes. 3 meals in. Pretty good, and I didn't even do that much prep work. I think that's pretty good. So imagine how I save you. Maddie, honey. I really don't like you waiting on the table when sticky raw meat. Alright, these are fajitas. Maddie, go. Alright, so fajita strips. My child. Alright, so I'm going to cut these into strips. And again, like I'm sure your grocery store, the sliced chicken, that's the perfect size for a fajita. And that piece looks a little tempting. I don't like the fatty parts. So we're going to leave that there. So 2 ways. So you can cook it in the oven on a sheet pan, or you can cook it in our multi-purpose steamer. Fast. Like if you need it done like right now, like that's the best way to cook it. Because then it'll only take a few minutes to get that prepped. And then, you know, to go with it, you get your cheese, sour cream, some guacamole mix is delicious. One of my favorites. Now I always say, like, there's a lot of stuff that came in my kit I wouldn't have bought right away, but I'm glad it did. Like the guacamole mix. What else? The summerberry makes really good cheesecake. Delicious. And we're probably like half a jar down that already. Alright. 1.5 pounds of chicken. You know, if you make so much, you could just do 1 pound down the amount of spice you use. So it's like a teaspoon per half pound. So if you're only doing 2 pounds, you can do the messy. Good times. Alright. Alright, so one thing about Epicure, it's really helped to like cook more at home and just be able to plan better because the meals are super easy to make, as you see. I'm like already in my freezer. What do I have? I think I have, like, we don't eat a lot, so like we're 2 adults and 3 children. 2 of those children barely eat. So even like if we prepare the recipe according to the package, like we don't go through the whole thing. So now in my freezer I have, you know, sloppy joes. Doubled the meat on that one. And I froze half of it, so we have that meal ready to go. And then I also have lentils with taco seasoning. Last Taco Tuesday we did lentil tacos, and they were a hit. My son really liked them. My oldest son. Did he eat them? For my youngest, I think I put it in like a quesadilla type thing. So cheese. I think he ate them. I was definitely surprised that my 9-year-old liked lentils. He said it was one of the best things he had. And it's just fun finding different ways to use the Epicure products with our meals. Yesterday we did sushi, which is fun. And I used last month's taste tester seasoning, the teppanyaki, for some of my rolls, and that was really tasty. We also have a miso soup broth, which I would like to try. I'm still working my way through it, but that's all fatty. Yeah. Only been with Epicure 2 months, so I'm still working everything. There's a lot I still want to try. So some of my favorites is the protein powder. Oh, the Caesar dressing. I had a salad yesterday with the Caesar dressing. It was really tasty. Reminded me of a restaurant we used to go to, our old house. They made their own Caesar dressing. It was like our favorite. And this reminds me of that. Okie doke. I'm going to go put this in the trash, and I'm going to go wash my hands, and I will be right. Cooking in my slippers. Oh. I swear my other front towel. Like, I swear like my kitchen towel like always disappears. Add in there. Chicken, I just dump in the peppers and then that's ready to go. And like I said, when you're ready to cook, let me get rid of this chicken junk. Okay, now we have a nice clean table workspace. So I'm gonna zip this up real quick. Make sure this gets on the chicken really well. Put that in there. Just add in our peppers, and it'll be good to go. So our spring wine will be out soon. And I am booking parties for April. I'll try some of these things without having to pay full price. Hosting a party is a great way. I think I'm just going to use one. I'll keep the other bag for another time. Bag. I might do that. There's actually more peppers in there because the more veggies the better. And there we go. Holy cow. And ready to go in less than 25 minutes. So if you would like to host your own freezer meal workshop, you know, have your friends order the bundles, then I can walk you all through, prepare everything, and, you know, give you all the labels and everything ready to go. So that is a great, if you want to get a little get together with your friends, we could do it on Zoom. Everyone's kind of together and we can all talk and make it more social. That would be fun. Or, you know, we can do a typical Facebook party. So that's also a great option too. And it's fun. Beautiful. All right, well, I'm going to go, and thank you for tuning in. I know there's a couple people who jumped in here and there. So if you watch this, type replay, say hello. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Take care. All right, I guess.